Maraming tao ang naniniwala na love ay puro saya at support, ngunit sa katotohanan, may ilang relationships na may psychological manipulation. Many people believe that love is all about joy and support, but in reality, some relationships involve psychological manipulation. Ang manipulation techniques sa love ay kadalasang subtle at ginagamit ng ilang tao para manipulation techniques in love are often subtle, and some people use them to kontrolin ang damdamin at desisyon ng partner. Control the emotions and decisions of their partner. Gawing dependent sa sarili. Make their partner emotionally dependent. Baguhin ang perception at reality sa relasyon. Change perception and reality in the relationship. Sa video na ito, tatalakayin natin ang 10 pinaka-common manipulation techniques sa love. In this video, we'll discuss 10 of the most common manipulation techniques in love. Kung paano ito gumagana sa emosyon at isip ng tao, how they affect emotions and the mind, at paano mo mapoprotektahan ang sarili mo bago masaktan, and how you can protect yourself before being hurt. Manood hanggang sa dulo, dahil awareness at knowledge ang unang hakbang para mapanatili ang self-respect, emotional safety, at control sa love life mo. Watch until the end, because awareness and knowledge are the first steps to maintaining self-respect, emotional safety, and control in your love life. Number 1. Love bombing, sobrang attention at affection. Isa sa pinaka-common manipulation techniques sa love ay ang love bombing. One of the most common manipulation techniques in love is love bombing. Dito, binubuhusan ka ng sobra-sobrang attention, compliments, at affection sa simula ng relasyon. Here, you are showered with excessive attention, compliments, and affection at the beginning of the relationship. Sa umpisa, pakiramdam mo ay parang fairy tale ang lahat. At first, everything feels like a fairy tale. Palaging may sweet messages, constant calls, gifts, at mga pangako tungkol sa future. There are constant sweet messages, non-stop calls, gifts, and big promises about the future. Ngunit ang tunay na layunin nito ay hindi lang pagmamahal, but the real purpose isn't just love, kundi gawing emotionally dependent ka sa kanila. It's to make you emotionally dependent on them. Kapag nasanay ka na sa high level of attention, once you get used to that high level of attention, unti-unti itong babawasan. They slowly reduce it, at doon magsisimula ang control, and that's when control begins. Halimbawa, example, noong una, lagi kang tinatawagan at kinakamusta. At first, they always call and check on you. Pero kapag hindi mo nagawa ang gusto nila, but when you don't do what they want, bigla silang magiging cold or distant. They suddenly become cold or distant. Ito ang psychological hook. This is the psychological hook. Dahil ayaw mong mawala ang dating sweet version nila, because you don't want to lose the sweet version of them. Mas nagiging compliant ka at mas madali kang manipulahin. You become more compliant and easier to manipulate. Tandaan, remember, ang healthy love ay consistent, hindi extreme sa umpisa tapos biglang magbabago. Healthy love is consistent, not extreme at first and then suddenly changing. And kapag sobra ang intensity agad sa simula, maziingat siya maaring ito ay love bombing. If the intensity is too much too soon, be careful. It may be love bombing. Number 2. Gaslighting, pagpaparamdam na ikaw ang mali. Isa sa pinakamapanganib na manipulation techniques sa love ay ang gaslighting. One of the most dangerous manipulation techniques in love is gaslighting. Dito, pinaparamdam sa'yo na mali ang perception mo, mali ang memory mo, o mali ang nararamdaman mo. Here they make you feel like your perception, memory, or feelings are wrong. Unti-unti nitong sinisira ang confidence mo sa sarili mong pag-iisip. Gradually, it destroys your confidence in your own thinking. Karaniwang linya ng gaslighter. Common gaslighting lines. Imagination mo lang yan. You're just imagining things. Masyado ka lang sensitive. You're too sensitive. Hindi ko sinabi yan, gawa-gawa mo lang. I never said that, you're making it up. Ikaw ang may problema, hindi ako. You're the problem, not me. Sa umpisa, magdududa ka lang ng konti. At first, you only doubt yourself a little. Pero habang tumatagal, but over time, nawawala ang tiwala mo sa sarili mong judgment. You lose trust in your own judgment. Halimbawa, example, nahuli mo siyang nagsisinungaling. You caught them lying. Pero sasabihin niya, but they say, hindi mo naiintindihan ang sitwasyon, mali ang pagkaalala mo. You don't understand the situation. You're remembering it wrong. Sa huli, ikaw pa ang magsusorry kahit ikaw ang nasaktan. In the end, you end up apologizing even though you were the one hurt. Ito sanduay na may niepekto ng gaslighting. This is the real effect of gaslighting. Binabago nito ang reality mo para mas madali kang kontrolin. It changes your reality to make you easier to control. Tandaan, remember, ang healthy love ay nakikinig at nagbibigay linaw, hindi ginugulo ang isip mo. Healthy love listens and brings clarity, not confusion. Kapag palagi kang nagdududa sa sarili mo dahil sa partner mo, malaking red flag ito. If you constantly doubt yourself because of your partner, that's a major red flag. Number 3. Emotional blackmail, pagkontrol gamit ang takot at guilt. Isa pang malakas na manipulation technique sa love ay ang emotional blackmail. Another powerful manipulation technique in love is emotional blackmail. Dito, ginagamit ang takot, guilt o pagbabanta para makuha ang gusto nila. Here, fear, guilt or threats are used to get what they want. Hindi ito laging halatang pagbabanta. It's not always an obvious threat. Minsan, subtle lang ito pero malakas ang epekto sa emosyon mo. Sometimes it's subtle, but the emotional impact is strong. Karaniwang linya. Common lines. Kung mahal mo ako, gagawin mo to. If you love me, you'll do this. Kapag iniwan mo ako, wala na akong dahilan para mabuhay. If you leave me, I have no reason to live. Grabe, ganito mo lang ako tratuhin pagkatapos ng lahat. Wow, this is how you treat me after everything? Sa ganitong paraan, napipilitan kang sumunod hindi dahil gusto mo. In this way, you comply not because you want to, kundi dahil natatakot kang makasakit o makaramdam ng guilt, but because you're afraid of hurting them or feeling guilty. Halimbawa, example, gusto mong lumabas kasama ang friends mo. You want to go out with your friends, pero sasabihin niya, but they say, sige, umalis ka. Sanay naman akong mag-isa. Go ahead, leave. I'm used to being alone anyway. Bigla kang makakaramdam ng guilt. Suddenly you feel guilty. Sa huli, ikaw ang mag-a-adjust. In the end, you're the one who adjusts. Ito ang cycle ng emotional blackmail. This is the cycle of emotional blackmail. Guilt, fear, compliance, control. Tandaan. Remember, siyang healthy love ay hindi gumagamit ng guilt o threats para makontrol ka. Healthy love does not use guilt or threats to control you. Kapag napapansin mong lagi kang sumusunod dahil sa takot o awa, red flag ito ng manipulation. If you notice that you're always complying out of fear or pity, that's a red flag of manipulation. Number 4. Silent treatment, emotional punishment. Isa pang karaniwang manipulation technique sa love ay ang silent treatment. Another common manipulation technique in love is the silent treatment. Dito, ginagamit ang pananahimik bilang parusa. Here, silence is used as a form of punishment. Kapag may nagawa kang hindi nila gusto, when you do something they don't like, bigla silang magiging cold, distant at hindi ka kakausapin. They suddenly become cold, distant and refuse to talk to you. Hindi ito simpleng kailangan ko muna ng space. This isn't simply I need some space. Ito ay intentional na pag-iwas para maramdaman mong may mali kang ginawa. It's an intentional withdrawal to make you feel like you did something wrong. Karaniwang scenario. Common scenario. May maliit kayong argument. You have a small argument. Imbis na pag-usapan at ayusin, instead of talking it out and fixing it, iiwas sila ng ilang oras o araw. They ignore you for hours or even days. Habang tumatagal ang pananahimik, as the silence continues, mas lalo kang nag-overthink. You start to overthink. Minsan ikaw pa ang unang magsasorry kahit hindi mo alam ang mali mo. Sometimes you end up apologizing even if you're not sure what you did wrong. Ito ang tunay na layunin ng silent treatment. This is the real purpose of the silent treatment. Kontrolin ang behavior mo sa pamamagitan ng emotional discomfort. To control your behavior through emotional discomfort. Unti-unti, matututo kang umiwas sa mga bagay na posibleng ikagalit nila. Gradually, you learn to avoid things that might upset them. At dun nagsisimula ang control. And that's where control begins. Tandaan. Remember, ang healthy love ay marunong makipag-communicate kahit may conflict. Healthy love communicates even during conflict. Kapag ang silence ay ginagamit para parusahan ka, malaking red flag ito ng manipulation. If silence is used to punish you, that's a major red flag of manipulation. Number 5. Future faking. Mga pangakong walang balak tuparin. Tagalog plus English. Isa pang malakas na manipulation technique sa love ay ang future faking. Another powerful manipulation technique in love is future faking. Dito, gumagawa sila ng malalaking pangako tungkol sa future para panatilihin ka sa relasyon, kahit wala naman talaga silang planong tuparin ito. Here, they make big promises about the future to keep you in the relationship, even though they don't truly intend to fulfill them. Sa umpisa, nakakakilig ito. At first, it feels exciting and romantic. Mga linyang tulad ng lines like, magpapakasal tayo soon. We'll get married soon. Magta-travel tayo sa ibang bansa. We'll travel the world together. Bubuo tayo ng family. We'll build a family together. Pero kapag oras na para gawin ang konkretong steps, but when it's time to take real action, laging may dahilan, delay, o pagbabago ng plano. There's always an excuse, delay, or change of plans. Halimbawa, example, ilang taon na kayong magkasama at paulit-ulit ang pangako ng kasal. You've been together for years and marriage is always promised. Pero kapag tinanong mo kung kailan talaga, but when you ask when it will really happen, biglang magagalit or iiwas sa usapan. They suddenly get angry or avoid the conversation. Ang epekto nito sa iyo ay umaasa ka palagi sa future. The effect on you is that you keep hoping for the future. Kaya tinitiis mo ang present problems. So you tolerate the present problems. Ito ang cycle ng future faking. This is the cycle of future faking. Promise, hope, delay, excuse, repeat. Tandaan. Remember, young healthy love ay may consistent actions, hindi lang magagandang salita. Healthy love shows consistent actions, not just beautiful words. Kapag paulit-ulit ang pangako pero walang pagbabago, red flag ito ng manipulation. If promises are repeated without real change, that's a red flag of manipulation. Number 6. Isolation. Paghiwalay sa iyong support system. Isa sa pinaka-delicate pero mapanganib na manipulation techniques sa love ay ang isolation. One of the most subtle yet dangerous manipulation techniques in love is isolation. Dito, unti-unti kang inilalayo sa mga taong nagbibigay sa iyo ng support, pamilya, kaibigan, o kahit mga katrabaho. Here you are gradually distanced from the people who support you, family, friends, or even coworkers. Hindi ito laging direktang pagbabawal. It's not always a direct prohibition. Madalas, nagsisimula ito sa mga simpleng komento tulad ng, it often starts with simple comments like, hindi ko gusto barkada mo, bad influence sila. I don't like your friends, they're a bad influence. Mas okay siguro kung tayong dalawa lang palagi. Maybe it's better if it's just the two of us all the time. Hindi ka nila naiintindihan tulad ko. They don't understand you like I do. Sa umpisa parang concern lang. At first, it sounds like concern. Pero habang tumatagal, but over time, napapansin mong mas bihira ka nang lumabas. You notice you go out less often. Mas kaunti na ang kausap mo. You talk to fewer people. At mas nakadepende ka na lang sa partner mo. And you become more dependent solely on your partner. What is tunay na layunin ng isolation? This is the real goal of isolation. Tanggalin ang external support system mo para mas madali kang kontrolin. To remove your external support system so you become easier to control. Kapag wala kang ibang mapaghingahan o mapagtanungan, when you have no one else to confide in or ask for advice, mas mahirap mong makita ang red flags. It becomes harder to see the red flags. Tandaan, remember, ang healthy love ay hindi ka inilalayo sa pamilya at kaibigan. Healthy love does not separate you from family and friends. Ang partner na tunay na nagmamahal ay sinusuportahan ang connections mo, hindi ito sinisira. A partner who truly loves you supports your connections, not destroys them. Number 7. Projection. Pagpapasa ng kanilang mali sa'yo. Isa pang common manipulation technique sa love ay ang projection. Another common manipulation technique in love is projection. Dito, ipinapasa nila sa iyo ang sarili nilang mali, insecurities, o masamang behavior. Here, they project their own mistakes, insecurities, or bad behavior onto you. Sa halip na akuin ang pagkakamali, instead of taking responsibility, ibinabato nila ito pabalik sa iyo. They throw it back at you. Halimbawa, example, kung sila ang nagsisinungaling, if they are the one lying, ikaw ang aakusahan ng pagiging dishonest. You're accused of being dishonest. Kung sila ang posibleng may ibang kausap, if they might be talking to someone else, ikaw ang pagbibintangan ng cheating. You're accused of cheating. Karaniwang linya. Common lines. Ikaw naman ang laging galit. You're always the angry one. Ikaw ang insecure. You're the insecure one. Ikaw ang may problema. You're the one with the problem. Sa umpisa, maguguluhan ka. At first, you feel confused. Mapapaisip ka kung baka ikaw nga ang mali. You start wondering if maybe you are the problem. Ito ang epekto ng projection. This is the effect of projection. Nililihis nito ang accountability at pinaparamdam sa'yo na ikaw ang may kasalanan. It shifts accountability and makes you feel guilty instead. Kapag palagi kang napupunta sa defensive mode. When you're constantly in defensive mode, unti-unti nitong sinisira ang confidence at self-esteem mo. It slowly damages your confidence and self-esteem. Tandaan, remember, young healthy love ay may accountability at marunong umamin ng pagkakamali. Healthy love involves accountability and admitting mistakes. O kapag palaging ikaw ang sinisisi kahit hindi malinaw ang ebidensya, malaking red flag ito ng manipulation. If you're always blamed without clear evidence, that's a major red flag of manipulation. Number 8. Triangulation. Paggamit ng ibang tao para kontrolin ka. Isa pang manipulation technique sa love ay ang triangulation. Another manipulation technique in love is triangulation. Dito ginagamit sang ibang tao, kaibigan, pamilya o kahit ex-partner para kontrolin ang damdamin at desisyon mo. Here, they use another person, a friend, family member, or even an ex to control your emotions and decisions. Karaniwang halimbawa, common examples. Bakit hindi mo sinasabi sa kaibigan mo ang ginawa ko? Nakakahiya sa'yo. Why didn't you tell your friend what I did? You're embarrassing yourself. Nakakainis si sister mo, hindi mo ba naiintindihan? Your sister is annoying, don't you understand? Kung mahal mo ako, hindi ka makikipag-usap sa kanila. If you love me, you wouldn't talk to them. Layunin. Gawing dependent ka sa perception nila at kontrolin ang interactions mo sa iba. Goal. Make you dependent on their perception and control your interactions with others. Halimbawa, example. Gusto mong makipagkita sa kaibigan mo? You want to meet your friend? Pero sasabihin nila, but they say, ayaw ko makita ka na masaya sa ibang tao kaysa sa akin. I don't want to see you happy with someone else more than with me. Dahil dito, mas nagiging conscious ka sa bawat desisyon mo. Because of this, you become conscious of every decision. At mas madali kang manipulahin emotionally. And you become emotionally easier to manipulate. Tandaan, remember, ang healthy love ay hindi gumagamit ng ibang tao para kontrolin ka. Healthy love does not use other people to control you. Yung kapag ginagamit ang iba bilang leverage para kontrolin ka, red flag ito ng manipulation. If others are used as leverage to control you, this is a red flag of manipulation. Number 9. Future faking. Pangakong walang balak tuparin. Isa pang sikat na manipulation technique sa love ay ang future faking. Another well-known manipulation technique in love is future faking. Dito gumagawa sila ng magagandang pangako tungkol sa future para panatilihin kang invested sa relasyon kahit wala silang planong tuparin ito. Here, they make exciting promises about the future to keep you invested in the relationship, even though they have no intention of fulfilling them. Karaniwang linya. Common lines. Magpapakasal tayo balang araw. We'll get married someday. Bubuo tayo ng family soon. We'll build a family soon. Magta-travel tayo abroad. We'll travel abroad together. Sa umpisa nakakakilig at nagbibigay ng hope. At first it feels exciting and gives hope. Pero kapag dumating na ang oras para sa konkretong aksyon, but when it's time for real action, lagi silang may dahilan, delay, o pagbabago ng plano. There's always an excuse, delay, or change of plans. Halimbawa, example, pinangako nila na magpapakasal sa loob ng 1 taon. They promised marriage within a year, pero paglapit ng deadline, bigla silang mag-iwas o magsasabi ng hindi pa tayo ready. But when the deadline approaches, they suddenly avoid the topic or say, we're not ready yet. Ang epekto nito sa'yo ay umaasa ka palagi sa future at tinatolerate ang present problems. The effect on you is that you keep hoping for the future and tolerate present problems. Tandaan, remember, ang healthy love ay may actions na consistent sa salita, hindi puro pangako lang. Healthy love has actions consistent with words, not just empty promises. Ang kapag paulit-ulit ang pangako pero walang konkretong aksyon, red flag ito ng manipulation. If promises are repeated without real action, this is a red flag of manipulation. Number 10. Emotional triangulation or guilt. Pagkontrol gamit ang guilt sa iba. Ang huling manipulation technique sa love ay ang emotional triangulation. Nakadalasan gumagamit ng guilt o sama ng loob para kontrolin ka. The final manipulation technique in love is emotional triangulation, which often uses guilt or resentment to control you. Dito, ginagamit nila ang ibang tao, kaibigan, pamilya o kahit ex-partner para pahirapan ka emotionally at mapilitan kang sumunod sa gusto nila. Here they use other people, friends, family, or even ex-partners to emotionally pressure you and make you comply with their wishes. Karaniwang halimbawa, common examples. Nakakasama mo siya kapag ginagawa mo to. You're hurting them when you do this. Kung mahal mo ako, hindi mo sila makakausap. If you love me, you wouldn't talk to them. Bakit hindi mo pinapahalagahan ang pamilya ko? Nakakalungkot sa kanila. Why don't you value my family? You're making them sad. Sa ganitong paraan, napipilit kang mag-adjust sa damdamin ng iba, kahit hindi mo gustong gawin. This way, you are forced to adjust to the emotions of others, even if you don't want to. Halimbawa, example, gusto mong mag-spend ng time sa sarili mong kaibigan. You want to spend time with your own friends. Pero sasabihin niya, but they say, kung gagawin mo yan, masasaktan ang pamilya ko at ako. If you do that, my family and I will be hurt. Dahil dito, mas nagiging dependent ka sa emotional reaction nila. Because of this, you become more dependent on their emotional reaction, at mas madali kang manipulahin, and you become easier to manipulate. Tandaan, remember, ang healthy love ay hindi gumagamit ng guilt o ibang tao para kontrolin ka. Healthy love does not use guilt or other people to control you. Kapag palaging ginagamit ang guilt sa iba bilang leverage, malaking red flag ito ng manipulation. If guilt through others is constantly used as leverage, this is a major red flag of manipulation. Ngayon, nakita natin ang 10 sa pinakakaraniwang manipulation techniques sa love. Now, we've explored 10 of the most common manipulation techniques in love. Love bombing, sobrang attention at affection. Excessive attention and affection. Gaslighting, pinaparamdam na mali ka, making you feel wrong. Emotional blackmail ang pagkontrol. Gamit ang guilt o threats, controlling you with guilt or threats. Silent treatment, emotional punishment, pananahimik bilang parusa. Future faking, pangako ng future na hindi tinutupad, yari no more and daw or she asked. Promising a future without action. Isolation, paghiwalay sa support system, cutting you off from friends and family. Projection, pagpapasa ng sariling mali sa'yo, throwing their mistakes onto you. Triangulation, paggamit ng ibang tao para kontrolin ka. Using other people to control you. Future faking, revisited. Paulit-ulit na pangako para panatilihin ka sa relasyon are repeated promises to keep you invested. Emotional triangulation, guilt sa ibang tao para kontrolin ka. Using guilt through others to control you. Yung mga tactics na ito ay madalas subtle at hindi halata sa simula. Kaya maraming tao ang nahuhulog sa trap ng hindi namamalayan. These tactics are often subtle and not obvious at first, which is why many people fall into the trap without realizing it. Ngunit kapag alam mo kung paano ito gumagana, maaari mong, but once you understand how they work, you can kilalanin agad ang red flags sa love life mo. Spot red flags early in your love life. Panatilihin ang boundaries at self-respect. Maintain boundaries and self-respect. Protektahan ang sarili at relasyon mula sa emotional manipulation sa madiim wars. Protect yourself and your relationship from emotional manipulation. Gawing ligtas ang damdamin at isip mo. Keep your emotions and mind safe. Tandaan, remember, ang tunay na pagmamahal at healthy na relasyon ay nagbibigay ng respect, trust, at emotional safety. True love and a healthy relationship provide respect, trust, and emotional safety. Huwag matakot mag-set ng limits, humingi ng suporta sa kaibigan o pamilya, at laging pahalagahan ang sarili mo. Don't be afraid to set limits. Seek support from friends or family and always value yourself. Sa pamamagitan ng pagiging aware sa manipulation techniques sa love, maatsi mong mapanatili ang kontrol sa sarili mo, protektahan ang emosyon mo, at gumawa ng informed decisions sa relasyon mo. By being aware of manipulation techniques in love, you can maintain self-control, protect your emotions, and make informed decisions in your relationship. Tip: kapag naramdaman mong may red flag o manipulation sa relationship mo, makipag-usap sa trusted friend o professional para mas maprotektahan ang sarili mo. If you feel there's a red flag or manipulation in your relationship, talk to a trusted friend or professional to protect yourself. For more video, please subscribe to my channel Love Manipulation Lab. Marami pa tayong matutunan about sa video na aking ma-upload dito. Huwag kalimutan na mag-like and share. Maraming salamat sa mga masugid kong manunood at sa mga solid kong subscribers.